So good morning students. So last class we have completed the unit 2. Now we will start unit 3 of pre-stressed concrete. It is the main important topic. So here unit 3 was losses of pre-stress. So name itself it has told that losses. So last 2 units we have discussed about introduction and what are the methods of pre-stress. So and we have calculated the stresses, analysis of stresses which we want resultant stress of some member which is subjected to pre-stressed force. Okay, so already we have discussed what is the loss. So here why the loss in pre-stress will be will become. So if any load was applied on the member, suddenly the load has been gradually increased and the member fails at sudden section or sudden time. If the member cannot bear the load, the member has been developed some cracks or it can be broken. So already in strength of materials we have tested for steel tensile rod tensile strength. So that indicates where the member can bear some load only. So if the load has been gradually increases with respective time, some losses are being formed. So these are the losses. So various reduction of pre-stressing force. So various reduction of pre-stressing force means the force may be gradually increased by applying in tendons, then the losses have been formed. Then the losses will be formed in pre-stressing concrete. So the losses which undergoes gradual reduction. So gradual reduction with respective time, the losses of pre-stressing will be divided. So the losses which undergoes with respective time, gradual reduction with respective time from transfer of loads, the losses of pre-stressing is been divided into two types. One is immediate losses, one is time dependent losses. So immediate means they will show the immediate action, and one is time dependent means time. So depend upon time, it can be failed for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours, or 1 month, 2 months. So some time dependent process. Okay, so first one, immediate losses we can take. So in immediate losses there are three forms. First one, elastic shortening, anchorage slip, and friction. So elastic shortening. So what is meant by elastic shortening? So some concrete member depends on applied load. It is the plastic material. So here shortening of concrete means, so this is the example for this is the member which is pre-stressed concrete beam. So this is the member, some length L. If we apply the load so this is the member L. If we apply the load P, the length of member will be varies. How? Because the bending will be like this or some like this. So the length will be vary. The length of the beam or the length of the member will be vary when force is transferred. Due to the member. So the elastic shortening losses will be caused immediately. Why? Because already we have discussed in pre-stressed concrete beam, the force will be like this and will be transferred through tendons, and the shortening of the beam will be occurred. Okay, so this is the shortening of concrete member when force is transferred, and the immediate loss is elastic shortening. Next one, anchorage slips. Anchorage slip is nothing but, already we have known the concrete, pre-stressed this concrete is placed in anchorage slip. Jacks. jacks. So while sitting of concrete, while placing the concrete, there may be immediate losses. There may be a immediate losses, that is called anchorage slip. Okay. Next one, friction. Friction is nothing but dropping of pre-stressing force along tendon. So some sudden apply of force. In case sudden apply of force to tendons, there may be some frictional force to beam and inside the tendons. There will be some sudden frictional force for apply of pre-stressing force in tendon. There will be the friction between pre-stressing concrete beam and inside cables, which is called tendons. So that is friction loss. So these are the immediate losses in pre-stress, which is elastic shortening, anchorage slip and friction. Next, here comes for time dependent losses. So time dependent losses are creep, shrinkage and relaxation of steel. Creep, so already we have discussed in concrete technology, creep is nothing but deformation of concrete. So load, deformation. So why? Because so suddenly load applied. So this may be the concrete beam may be bending. So suddenly load applied. Deformation of concrete due to. So deformation is nothing but bending. So bending. So it may be bend in 5 minutes, 10 minutes or time taken. Okay, time taken process. So this is the creep, deformation of load. Next is shrinkage. Shrinkage is nothing but if the pre-stressor concrete member contains moisture. Moisture is nothing but air voids. So due to air voids, the shrinkage losses may be formed. Next, relaxation of steel. So already we have discussed that pre-stressor concrete beam is a reinforced beam inside tendons. They will place the tendons were placed inside. So here some stress due to constant of strain. So stress due to constant. So the load is constant. But the strain member is nothing but the elastic shortening. The strain is nothing but what is the strain formula? Change in length by original length. Why? Because the change in length when will be the length is changed? Due to stress, the load which is applied with respect to time. The relaxation of steel has been lost. Okay, the relaxation of steel has been lost. These are the time dependent laws which are creep, shrinkage and relaxation of steel. So in case if you ask the question what are the losses of pre-stress, you should write the losses where two types, there is immediate loss and time dependent loss. In immediate loss we have three types: elastic shortening, friction and anchorage slip. And time dependent loss, creep, shrinkage and relaxation of steel. Okay, so if they given a problematic, calculate the losses of pre and post. So pre-stressing losses and post-tensioning losses. So in the 6 members, which comes under pre-stress and which comes under post-tensioning. So pre-tensioning concrete and post-tensioning concrete already we have discussed. So this time dependent losses, so keep in mind, this time dependent losses will come both under both category, both pre-stressing and post-tensioning. If they ask to calculate pre-stressing losses, you should calculate these three, creep, shrinkage and relaxation. This comes under both pre-tensioning and post-tensioning. And in immediate losses, only elastic shortening was the pre-tensioning. So pre-tensioning means elastic shortening and creep, shrinkage and relaxation. So you should calculate that 4 losses: elastic shortening loss, creep, shrinkage and relaxation steel. You should calculate these 4 losses. And if post-tensioning means this three and anchorage slip and friction also comes under post-tensioning losses. So post-tensioning means except elastic shortening, this 5 you should calculate. So they will ask 114 marks question, calculate the losses of pre-stress or post-tensioning concrete beam with given data. So you should keep in mind what are the post-tensioning losses and what are the pre-tensioning losses. So time dependent losses are both, it is mandatory for both pre-stressing and post-tensioning. Only elastic shortening comes under pre and anchorage slip and friction post. Okay, so these are the types of losses in pre-stressing. Okay, this is the introduction for losses. So from next class onwards, we will discuss about single losses for both time dependent and immediate loss. They have small single formulas to calculate the problems of these losses. Okay, thank you.